Department of Defence missile and munitions budget is $9.2 billion. So a missile strike on Syria means a big payout for defence companies like Raytheon and Boeing. When the dogs of war began barking last week, shares in Raytheon and Lockheed Martin jumped about 40%. Their Hellfires, Paveways and Tomahawk land attack missiles cost about $1.4 million each, according to government documents. Obama is at pains to say that this is a limited proportional step, one that doesn't involve boots on the ground. But that doesn't really mean it's going to be that much cheaper. The 2011 airstrikes on Libya cost the US about $1.1 billion, the Allies about $3 billion. Around $340 million of that was directed at sea-launched Raytheon Tomahawks and air-launched Boeing munitions, according to a congressional report. The Tomahawk played a key role in the operation, and Raytheon received a $338 million order in June last year to replenish the US stocks. But it's not just aerospace companies like Raytheon, Lockheed Martin and Boeing who profiteer from US defence spending. Analysts say that should a ground invasion eventuate, contractors set to benefit are Northrop Grumman, L3 Communications, AeroVironment's Alliant Tech Systems and General Dynamics. Longer-term cybersecurity spending would see revenue fall the way of Booz Allen Hamilton, despite their recent Snowden leaks, and Mantech International. Let's not forget, though, that in the 2003 US-Iraq invasion,
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Defence contractors reaped $138 billion in US public revenue. The now 2-year conflict in Syria has created more than 2 million refugees and more than 100,000 casualties.
The government's response will focus on ensuring that such a catastrophic policy failure never happens again.
If it is all about avoiding further humanitarian toll, as President Obama says, let's go back to the Libyan example, which seems to be the best guide for this type of quick airborne strike the US is planning in Syria. One NGO, The Life You Can Save, estimates that if the US took that $1.1 billion from the Libyan operation and bought mosquito nets, 590,000 people around the world could have been saved from death by malaria. No civilians have ever been killed by unexploded mosquito nets. OK, that may be oversimplifying things. Clearly, malaria isn't the most pressing issue in Syria right now. But you've got to stop and think. A US-led intervention in Syria will not only cause more civilian casualties, but more profit for those whose business is war.
Excellent. You've got the watering can in, because I think it's quite stylish.
Yeah, it is very elegant.
It's the last of the government funding watering can. Good. Come out. Yes. Let's go.
It's quick.